Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Essay Smart Chat of 2025. My name is Dr. Natasha Wilkerson, and joining me is Dr. Cliff Zintgraff. He is the Chief Learning Officer of SAMSAT and founder and chair of Essay Smart. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkerson. Hey, everyone. We need to celebrate Dr. Wilkerson's new PhD.
That's
Way to
right.
go, Natasha.
Just happened. It's weird. You had to tell me to add it to my name.
Yes, I did, which is why we're all doctored up in our names today. And I just want to note there's two founders of Essay Smart, and Natasha is the other one. So Natasha's great to join me today.
Well, I'm excited to kick off this year's competition. It's a big one, right? This is a big milestone that we've been doing it for so many years, and we'll have a separate broadcast on the topic in general, but I think we should just start there. Tell us about this year's topic.
Our topic this year is quality of life. And, it ties into why we're doing an election for middle school mayor and a high school mayor. Kind of underneath it all is that this is Mayor Ron Nirenberg's 8th and final year as our mayor. He's term limited. And so we're going to experience something we've not experienced before. We're going to have a new mayor, and it's our desire to be working with the new mayor on this competition. So we kind of had a brainstorm. We ought to elect a mayor, actually two mayors, middle school city and high school city, for Essay Smart. And then to your question, our topic is quality of life. And the reason is that the prior 6 topics we've covered, we did transportation twice. Those are the topics that we're covering in this year's Essay Smart Challenge competition. And if you look at them all, they are all about building a great quality of life in San Antonio. And in our case, engaging our students to be part of that effort.
And one of the core values of this program of Essay Smart is youth voice and empowering students. And I love this idea of giving them the voice in the competition itself. Why should students consider running for mayor of Essay Smart? We have middle school city and high school city.
So my number one reason is if you're a student and you're listening and you are thinking that you have ideas that you would like to contribute, you have opinions about what we're doing in our city, about what we're doing in the Essay Smart competition, then maybe this is for you. This would be your opportunity to have your voice heard, to be able to make a bigger contribution to the Essay Smart Challenge in terms of how we operate, what kind of ideas that we might pursue in the future, and just to give us adults some advice about, what makes for a good competition. Natasha, something that I've noticed as we share this idea with people is pretty much everyone's eyes light up when I'm talking about Essay Smart and, at the intersection of STEM, civics, and entrepreneurship. And then I say, we're going to add a new feature. We're going to elect a mayor of Essay Smart this year. And, I get some oohs and ahs when I say that. And then I clarify there'll be a middle school and a high school mayor. So that's clearly part of what is driving us to think this is a good thing to do. The other thing I'll note for you, this is kind of what a mayor does. And if you hear like STEM, that's what a mayor does. So I think a great example is CPS Energy. The mayor of San Antonio, whoever that is, sits on the board of CPS Energy. The board, this is the leadership who's making the big strategic decisions about where that organization should go. So do you think someone can be effective making those kinds of decisions if they don't understand something about the technology of how energy is generated and distributed around our city? You have to understand some of these technical issues, and then you mix that understanding with an understanding of the people you serve and what their needs are. And then also making those kind of strategic leadership decisions and making good business decisions, which is kind of what entrepreneurship
Right.
is about, about making good decisions about what you do today and then being innovative about what you do tomorrow.
Mhm.
And so there you go. The mayor sitting on the CPS Energy Board really is at the intersection of STEM, civics, and entrepreneurship. That's what we do. So let's elect a mayor or two.
I love it. So how do we file? If I'm a student, I'm ready to go. What do I
So
need
if
to
you're
do?
a student and you're hearing this and you're thinking, this is something I'd like to be part of. I'd like to have my ideas heard. I think I can make SA Smart better. Then go to our famous website, sa-smart.org, sa-smart.org. And you can't miss it on the homepage. There's lots of places that say run for mayor. So click on that, and that'll take you on the homepage to a little extended description. And then there's one more link, and that'll take you to the Run for Mayor page. Or if you don't like all that mumbo jumbo, then go to sa-smart.org/run for mayor, and you get straight to a dedicated page. And that page has got a lot of details. It's got a summary at the top, which I recommend everyone read, that kind of tries to give the simple version. But then there are some details. We want to run the election in a good way and be clear about what the job is. And so you can read through all that material. Ultimately, you're headed to a Google form, or you're going to file. You can do what a San Antonio mayoral candidate does. You're going to file for mayor, and you're going to hear from the SA Smart city clerk that acknowledge your filing.
And what are the requirements to file? We talked about you must be registered for SA Smart. Are there any other requirements for the students?
Yes. So number one, you got to be a member of an SA Smart team. Number two, your team needs to be registered by December 13th. That's our rule. So, if you register, you need to make sure your team comes with you. You need to be a member of the team, and that's the filing deadline. You need to maintain a C average, so be doing okay in school. This is an opportunity, for lots of students. So maintain a C average. You need to be in good standing with in your school. Discipline issues. Don't do that. Make sure you're in good standing. And then we will ask for, after you file, not before, but after you file, we're asked for a half-page statement of your candidacy, like why you're filing and what you want to do. Again, there's some directions for that on the website. So you run, and if you win, we will swear you in at the competition clinic on January 23rd.
Who is voting for mayor of SA Smart?
All the team members are voting. And the rules for voting are, what a great question, right? Very timely question, and how all that is managed in a good way. That is all described on the website. It's the members of the teams. And we have a process in place without getting too overbearing about it, to make sure it's one team member, one vote. And we're going to use a slightly different system than you might be used to, called ranked choice voting. So when you vote, we're actually going to ask for your first, second, and third choices. And then we will follow a process where if somebody wins a majority just based on first place, that person will be the winner. But if that doesn't happen, then we eliminate candidates who did not make the cut, and then we count again using second choices, and then we'll do it one more time with third choices. That way we don't have to have a runoff. That's the fear. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you get elected. What does that mean? Are they making speeches? What is the role of mayor of SA Smart?
What's the job, you ask? Pardon me, I'm glancing at notes here because I want to make sure I catch everything. The first thing is a short 3-minute speech after being sworn in at the competition clinic. So you'll know well ahead of time, and just you got to keep it short though. This is one of the skills of a good leader, is to be able to say important things in very succinct ways and memorable ways. So we'll work with you on that. We're going to ask each of our mayors to publish a vision for SA Smart, what they would like to see the competition be. It could be what it is today, or some combination of that and new things, something new. We're going to ask for a 15-minute recorded interview, not unlike what we're doing right now. We will also ask the mayors to review being a mayor is a policy position. You have an opportunity to set policy for those you serve. And so we will ask our mayors to review our current rules of rubric and make suggestions. And we'd ask them to do that not just as individuals, but to think of a way that they can bring along the voices of the participants in the competition. And then as time as possible, we would really welcome our mayor serving as an ambassador for the program. But we'll figure that out. That's not a hard and fast requirement, but we would love that student voice in talking about the work that we're doing in the SAMSAT challenge.
And if there are students that are interested but maybe nervous, I feel like this could be intimidating, especially for maybe students that haven't had experience public speaking and like, ooh, mayor, like that sounds like a really big deal. What advice do you have?
Say yes.
Do it. Jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably biased by, things I heard in the last 2 or 3 days. Well, I just came back from a conference, actually, the STEM Learning Ecosystems National Conference. And you think this make you nervous. There were tons of students, many of them about your age, walking up on a stage in front of 600 people, talking about the good work they're doing in different initiatives, STEM initiatives that they're working on. And many of them were asked this exact question or something very close to it, right? How did you decide to do this? Did you worry about, being in front of people or worry about the commitment? And the most common answer really is that the student have recognized that when significant opportunities come around, saying yes opens you up to new possibilities. You can't say yes to everything. I don't want to be too out of balance here. You can, overcommit as well. But, if it's just nervousness standing in your way, what a great opportunity. And you're capable of more than you think. I think that would be my closing message to our students.
I agree. And the SA Smart team is here to support you. And our job is to empower you, the students, to have a voice in this competition. And we're going to help you with that speech. We're going to help you, contribute in this role. So get your filing in for Mayor of SA Smart. Any final words, Dr. Zintgraff?
Run for mayor. Vote.
Yeah, do it. All right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And so the deadline, the teams need to be registered. I think you said December 13th.
That's correct. Our deadline for filing for mayor is December 13th. The team registration will remain open past that.
Perfect.
But we need the candidates in place by then, and the team has to be registered for the candidacy to be approved.
All right. Well, hopefully that gives you information and encouragement to file for Mayor of SA Smart. And we'll see you at the next SA Smart Chat of 2025.
Hey, students.